Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer, and to all of you that keep coming back, hello and welcome back. Quick reminder, if you've never subscribed, just to remind you to click that red button there that says subscribe, and after that click the bell sign. That way you get a notification whenever I upload a new video. So the other day I showed you guys how I make my cabbage fufu. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how I make my plantain fufu, unripe plantain. So I'm going to go straight and show you guys how I make this. If you're wondering why I have two knives, this is my favorite knife. This is my favorite knife, right? And the last video that I made, I showed I used this knife. And so people are like, oh my goodness, why is someone using a small knife? That knife is so small. Somebody left me a comment that day. I say, Summer, this your aroro is too much. If you don't know what aroro means, it's like stingy, or like, you know, stingy, or like penny pincher. You don't want it to spend money. It's not money that is the problem. It's just that I really like this knife. I don't know, I really like this knife. So because they laughed at me, and I went and brought out my Christmas knife. You see this knife? This knife, normally I only use it for Christmas. See this knife? I only use my big knife for, you know, cutting up my turkey for Christmas. So because they laughed at me, I went and brought out my big Baba Salam knife. And I'm still going to use this one to cut it up because I'm so used to using this one, okay? I have other knives, but this is my favorite, okay? So now let's go to today's video. So take off. I already washed my plantain. Somebody was asking, why do you wash? I like to wash because I don't know how far this thing traveled to come to me. Whatever country it's coming from, it has been handled by different people. You don't know where it's been. So I always like to just wash the outside of my stuff. So I wash the outside of that. This is the unripe one, and I actually do ripe one sometimes, but I can do another video and show you guys how I do the ripe one. But it's actually very sweet. It's actually nice. You should try it, the ripe one. So but this time we're doing the unripe one. So I didn't say, I don't want to make the mistake of thinking everybody that's watching me is a Nigerian. There's some people that are watching me that are not Nigerians, that are other Africans. So there's some people that are watching me that are actually not Africans. So, you know, they will ask questions that I would think everybody should know what I'm talking about. But the truth is this, not everybody will know what I'm talking about. So I put, so I'm trying to be a bit more detailed. So I put the line there. If you wonder why I put the line, because some people ask some questions that I'm like, it's not even a question. But the truth is this, there are some people that wouldn't have a clue. Even some people don't even know these items. Like they have to ask me, what is plantain? You know, I'm just saying there's some people that be watching, they want to try this, but they're actually not Africans, they wouldn't have a clue. So now I cut it in those lines. I cut those lines so that I can it's easy then to remove it. Your line you're cutting becomes your, how do you say, your opener or your opening space. I don't know how to explain it, but is where you're able to peel it open. You see what I'm trying to say? If I don't cut it like that, I won't be able to grab it. I don't really like using my nail. I don't like using my nail. It always discolors the nails. So that's where you're able to grab it. Oh, sorry. That's where you're able to grab it from. Oh my goodness. I hope I've been showing you guys properly. So that's it. So cutting it like that makes it easy to grab. So that's that. And then this is the skin, which I'm going to throw away. And then I'll do the same thing again to this one. So I just cut off the tail, if I can call it that, and the head. Okay, and then I put the line again, 3. See, if it's a ripe plantain, you can cut only, I put 3 lines. If it's a ripe plantain, you can cut only 2 lines. But when it's not ripe, it can be so hard to take it off. So you peel it open like so. Okay. So I'm trying to be thorough. I know if you're a Nigerian and you know these things, you're gonna be like, oh, that's true. You know, we don't need to teach us all that one. So don't forget, you can always fast forward a YouTube video. Somebody left me a comment and be like, I don't care about all this cabbage fufu. Give me real eba, give me real fufu. So all the virtuous women in the house, before you go making your husband cabbage fufu or making them plantain fufu, if your husband is one of the headmasters, you know, headmaster. He's one of the headmasters. Don't go and be making him cabbage fufu or plantain fufu before asking permission. Without asking him first. Because if you make him this and he comes back and you see he came back from work and you made him cabbage fufu and he didn't prepare for you, you didn't warn him first and be sure he wants it, and he says to you, go and give me proper utaraji or cabbage. Go and give me utaraji. So don't try this at home. Don't try this at home without asking the headmaster first. So now cutting it up This one, I dedicate this to all the people that were laughing at my small knife. So I put my small knife away because I couldn't use it. So I dedicate this to those people. I'm going to use the big knife now. I'm going to cut it up. Cut it up the size you want. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. The blender does a good job. Now we're gonna put it straight into our blender. Can you see that? Yeah, put it straight into the blender. I'm making 2. I'm actually not able to finish 2. I think I finished 1.5. I can't finish 2, so I always make 2. I find that whenever I make half, I'm not full enough. So people were laughing at the last video. I actually eat a lot. I know it does not show, but I actually, all my life, I've always ate a lot. So I always have this need to fill up my stomach. I've always been like that. So yeah, I make 2, but I won't be able to finish it. I only eat 1.5. So you can find out what quantity suits you or what quantity will fill you up. So that's that. So this is it. My spoon, my pan, and the cooker is on. I just pour it in straight away. Nothing amazing. And I start stirring from the beginning. You can see the consistency. You can see the consistency. So okay, you can see the consistency. So nothing else I'm going to add. I'm just going to keep going until it's ready. Okay. It gets to a point, it will look so bad, like it's going to look like it has a lot of lumps. The first time I did it, I freaked out. I thought, oh my goodness, it's full of lumps. And then I realized that, no, that's how it is. It will look like it has a lot of lumps. You can see it already. But it always smoothens out. It will smoothen out at the end, okay? So just keep going like that. Can you see the lumps? Can you see the lumps? See the lumps? It looks like it's going bad already. I don't know if you can see lumps. Don't worry when that happens. It's okay. It's still, I don't know why it always does that, but it doesn't mean anything bad. It doesn't mean you've done it wrong. So don't panic if you see the lumps. Just keep going. Don't stop. You see that it looks bad. It looks like it's full of lumps. Don't panic. Keep going. I stop going around in circles because it's getting thick. So I kind of start mashing it up. You see the difference? Initially I was going like this, but now that it's getting thick, I start going like this. See that? Like this, kind of. You see the difference? See the difference now? Yeah, just smashing it up like that. Can you see that the lumps are going away? See, there's no more lumps. That's it, really. That's it. It looks a bit too light, but that's because it's still very hot. So you have to give it time to cool down. So I'll turn it off. And then I'll come back and show you guys when it's cooled off and when I'm ready to eat it. This is what it looks like. That is our plantain, unripe plantain fufu. And this is my okra with tomato stew. And I have fish and prawn in that. One plantain is always too small for me, so I always do 2, but I can't finish it. I'll be able to eat like 1.5 plantain. I can't finish this, but 1 plantain is not enough for me. And this is what it's looking like. This is what it looks like. Finished. Just washed my hands. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Somebody was saying to me, oh, don't put your food in a cling film. Don't put your food in a cling film and all of this. I wouldn't normally put my food in a cling film. It's just that it's nicer to present it like this. It's just that I do this because of YouTube, like to just present it in a nice way, because I would not normally put my food in a cling film. I'd have ate it straight away, like put it in a plate and eat. I don't need to put it in a cling film. It's just because, you know, it's more aesthetically pleasing. That's big English. It's more aesthetically pleasing. I wish I can actually get you guys to do the tasting. It's not possible, so I have to do the tasting. I have to say, something else I really have to say is this. How delicious your swallow is, you know. depends a lot as well on your how delicious your soup is, you know. My soup is nice. I try not to make too much noise with my mouth. It's really, really nice. Somebody left me a comment in that video. Oh, you could just be saying that it tastes good because you're the one that made it, but it's the truth. All you can do is try yourself. I think sometimes some of our people are just a bit too rigid. They don't want to try something new, especially our men. Our men don't like to try something new. It's good to try something new, like this one. I learned it from one. I think she's I saw this one on the channel. I think she's Congolese. The person that the channel that I watched this one, the person is Congolese. It's really nice. Somebody left me a comment in one of my videos and said, one of my videos and said, sorry, why do you call this soup? It's not soup. Soup is supposed to be a light consistency, whatever the person was trying to say, but we call it soup. People use English words differently in different parts of the world. I think sometimes some people do not want to accept that sometimes Africans have a way they've adapted the English words and the way they use English words. You know? You find, for example, people in Canada, there's some ways they use English words. People in Australia, there's some way they use English words. America, the British, they all use English words differently. Fine, you can say, okay, English belongs to the British, but it does not belong to the Americans. But and you hear them say, you hear people say, oh, that is American English, that is Australian English. But they find it hard to accept that this is Nigerian English. You know, sometimes I wonder why. Why can't they accept the same way? The same way they say, oh, that's American English, that is whatever. The same way you can say that's Nigerian English. You know? If we're all going to be rigid and say we must speak English in a particular way, then we have to speak it according to the British people, because they are the owner of the language, Abby. Thank you for watching. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.